Because when they say, "Hey, winner, come get your bonus," I'm like, "Wait a minute."
Time for sweets.
At that moment, there's a moment in the game of football or in athletics when you're finished a game like that, your mind is miles away. It's even dangerous to approach a player in such a state. A player may react wrongly to you, or he may say something wrong to you because he's at a high level of intensity. His heart is not there, his mind is not there. So he may shout, later on realizing that he has shouted to the chairman, and they may lose his job. So whatever is taking place at Royal AM is very unprofessional, uncalled for, and in a way, it's putting the PSL into disrepute. Because you're getting money onto the field of play and you're dishing it out. If it was towards the end of the league, what if people say the referee was compromised? What if a decision went against the opponent and they're disputing a penalty and the bosses are coming with money on the field of play to dispute the play?
Already they had cut.
You understand? You really open that to suspicion and question marks, but also you have raised a very important element of the tax element. You understand? It may not be known to the players, but that will accrue later on. Somebody will pick it up. So as the league goes on, I think they will try to improve. Let's give them a benefit of doubt that they are coming from the lower league where things are done in their own way, and they're now coming to the PSL, which is very professional. So
that's very generous of you, Tim.
Yeah,
that's very generous of you.
That's why I was happy that some of the players they actually refused. They refused the money.
Yeah.
In front of the camera.
Yes, in front of the camera.
Back then, in the change room.
I won't accept it.
No, in the dressing room or after, I will demand for it because I've worked for it. It's a winning bonus and I've done. So you're not doing me a favor.
Right.
So it's very important. I think it's going to take players to understand their rights and how they're going to operate. But also I've got a feeling for the technical team. You can imagine how they are being treated
but I'm also glad that they were not there.
But
in what sense?
I think they had gone some because they knew. Because remember, if you look at the video, they were calling each other to come to the field, to say, let's give these guys money.
Right.
So the technical staff, I think they saw it and then they decided, listen, let's move away from this.
Yeah.
But I'm sure their chunk was there as well.
No, I'm sure.
They were called also.
I'm sure.
To that embarrassment.
But I'm trying to ask myself, as the head coach of such a team, what do you tell your players? How do you get them to say, okay, listen, we're
you just look, hey guys, you know how the chair lady is. What can he say?
It's very important for the technical team to maintain the squad to be very professional. And I think the technical team may try to make this brand stand, complete outside what is happening from the bosses. I think the technical team has to differentiate themselves from the administrative unit.
Yes.
So that they operate in a professional way on the field of play like they are doing, in comparison to the way the administrators are behaving. Until such a time there's synergy between the two to look professional, but it's going to take time.
I don't know. I don't think, because obviously now, management found the coach and the players, so it's not even like Mr. Maduka is their guy, you know what I mean? So whether they'll ever kind of see eye to eye on this lifestyle, I don't think so.
But what is happening is, I think it reminds me of the former president of Uganda, that's Idi Amin. The athletes, the boxers were saying the referee is biased. He says, no, knock that man out in the first round and see whether the referee will say you have lost the game. So that's what John Maduka and the technical team have done. You don't believe in us, we know it. So we get the players behind us, get the results, and make it difficult for you to sack us.
Right.
So at this moment in time, they are jiving, they are getting money to be given on the field of play because of those results. You understand? So you force their hand to try and believe and trust in you. So it's going to be a long season for them. I can guarantee you that.
And then, okay, lastly on this one, as far as that is a motivation, the bonuses thing, I mean, can you hurt yourself as a club when you make this culture that wins are only, the only way to get a cash reward? Or how do you strike that balance to say, I need you guys to be a bunch of winners without me always dangling, a carrot when you're already on your salary, and some of you, maybe not all, are already on good wages? How do you balance that with the culture of the team to not make it it just seems like a mercenary environment if everyone is just going to be told, hey, listen, guys, wins mean money, you know, and I whether it's sustainable or not, business-wise, we don't know because we don't know how far the pockets go. But as practice for a club, and when you're trying to inculcate a culture, what precedent are you setting when you're saying, you know? Because I guess it's done at all clubs.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if you guys are going to give her the benefit of the doubt and say at the weekend it was a case of, it's a derby, guys, there's a bonus, or is there a danger that this becomes every week? And you guys on the outside might not like it, but the guys there thinking, hey, if I get a bonus for every win, why not?
Yeah, it's true. But I think it needs to be done in principle, and it needs to go both ways. I'm sure those players respect the chairman.
Mm-hmm.
They have a higher respect for her. But I think at the end of the day, she needs to understand that in this game, the rules are different. And players are very, very emotional. Even the players that refuse to take the money, it's not that they didn't want it, but they looked at it in that sense. Now again, going to your question whereby what precedent is he setting when they win, there's always going to be money. I think it's driven for her. I think for her at this particular point, she wants to set her foot right. So the wins that he's getting is trying to push the team to motivate the team by always having that money for them ready to give. But again, we're still waiting to see if they're going to lose maybe 2 or 3 games in a trot. What type of motivation is going to be there?
Mm-hmm.
How is he going to motivate them? Even when they lose, can he still come back to the changing room? Or at this particular moment, is it based because we're still fresh from the league, and he feels as if this is where I also think I'm caught in between with Amazulu and her.
Mm-hmm.
It seems as if there's a little bit of a competition that is going on there in KZN.
Okay.
With the Amazulu and Golden Arrows, Peter Marisbeck, them trying to outplay each other in terms of whether it could be financial muscle, it could be player-wise, it could be bragging rights. Everybody wants to be at the top instead of them working together. So in a way, the way they are doing things, because when they first came into football, when they were called Royal Kings, when they were called Royal Kings, they were the first ones to be wearing all suit from Glad Africa, Burberry suits. So that's a standard that he has set. But to me, this doesn't surprise me in terms of her behavior, the way he does things. Yes, she could be a woman of quality, she wants nicer things, but don't let it be so reflective because it's not taken in the same breath or the same light as other people if you are doing it in front of them. So I think if it's controlled, it could be a good motivation, but now a motivation, when we are winning, we have money. How about when we lose? What are you going to do about it?
Right. Look, when it comes to bonuses, they're standard practice. I remember at the beginning of the season, the technical team, the players and the management get into a board meeting where we discuss winning bonuses, draws, and everything like that for the whole season. And when the chairman saw fit that he needs to increase it during the course of the season, maybe you're playing Kaizer Chiefs and all players, they will top it up. So that is standard practice. What she has done is not new in football. The way she has done it is what is strange.
Right.
Now.
But I mean, you can't tell her anything. She just bought a status.
No.
What you know what I mean? Like she's in a league where I can just buy whatever I want. Look, and I'll get it.
That's fine. But I'm saying she can't be a model. Because at this moment in time, she has just come into the PSL. There's all eyes on Royal you understand? Everybody is interested to know because she promised to light up the PSL. And so far, the lighting up we are seeing is not welcome to the PSL. It's quite shocking. That's not what
I don't think she said it was going to be on their turn. But it was going to be on her turn.
But you know what? It's very interesting because that's what you need to see in the PSL, that other side of the excitement. But what's interesting is, I think it can be a brand to grow. Like I told you, they're coming from the lower division, Glad Africa. They've got a potential to learn and become better. If their pockets are deep, like we are suspecting they are deep, and they choose to do things professionally, it will be a club that will grow to be a model club in this country.
Okay. Well, there's someone at SARS watching all of this. A big bowl of popcorn.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. There's our money there.
There's our money.
Like, so there's going to be a lot of locker room audits, I fear, on the horizon. And she set the cat amongst the pigeons with that action. So let's talk about